Hey, everybody.
How's it going? Today's episode is brought to you by Downtown Crawfish Jam.
The Downtown Crawfish Jam.
So much fun. You better get your tickets now because you can't buy them at the gate. You got to go to the website. Link is in the description below. Today's episode is huge.
Huge.
It's
big.
It's very big. We've never done this before.
It's going to be interesting.
We have Chad and Zach of Mississippi Shakedown.
Yeah.
Not only are we going to get to sit down and talk to them, get an all-access pass into all things Shake, they're going to play for us in front of a live studio audience.
Yes, a live studio audience.
Dude, I am so excited. So I think it's just time to get to it. Hey, remember, check out our website, thehardystreetboys.com, for merch. We're also going to be selling physical merch locally, so keep your eyes peeled for that. You can support us on Patreon. What's Patreon, Jamie?
What is Patreon? It's a website. It's an app for your phone. Gives you access to our episodes. You can support us for a minimum amount of money each month.
$3 will get you the early access. $5 gets you behind-the-scenes footage, how we make bits, all kinds of stuff. But I think it's time we get to the show. Subscribe as well. It's free. You just need an email address. 5 minutes of your time helps us keep the show going. We appreciate those of you who have already subscribed. And hit that like button. I think we've sold enough things. It's time to get to it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The hardest street boys, hardest street boys, hardest street boys. It's the hardest street boys.
Like and subscribe. Okay, so did you go to maybe Mardi Gras in New Orleans?
I did. I went on Saturday for a couple parades.
Yeah.
Just a day trip. Had a great time. Got some king cake. Went to the Iris parade, went to the Tux parade, and
What's the baby in the soccer ball? That's from. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for bringing that, man. That was really nice.
Yeah, I brought you a baby and a soccer ball.
Yeah, I
Some
prefer
throws.
I prefer one over the other.
Yeah, I got some cool sunglasses from the Iris parade.
Yeah, dude, that's.
Straight balling.
Wait, hold on. You should have warned me before you put those on. Whoa, chill out.
Sorry.
Relax, man.
Sorry.
The power. Those are.
They're pretty cool.
You wear those at work?
I don't know.
You should.
You think so?
Yeah, you would get automatic promotion.
Okay.
Like I'm just saying.
Yeah, good times were had. What'd you get into?
Well, I went to Nashville. I went to the suburbs of Nashville and got to see some new friends. And also, like, the highlight for me, I think, was seeing friend Steven Taylor's studio in Columbia, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah?
He's a YouTuber and drummer from Oak Grove. Went to Southern Miss. Used to play in New Orleans at the famous Door. Had a record deal with Universal. Like, the dude's been around. Huge internet star, and he would cringe hearing me say that, but he's basically filmed videos for 10 years in a 10 by 11 studio, like a shed, a converted shed.
Yeah.
And then he bought this building like in 2019 and did like pretty much all the demo himself. He was the general contractor, like did all the work himself.
Oh, that's wild.
And is now finally finished it, and it is super fine.
So you're saying there's another studio we have to go check out in another place.
Oh, dude, we're gonna yeah, we definitely need to get talking there for sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah, dude, it's super cool, and he's like one of the nicest guys of all time. So it definitely kind of restores some faith in humanity when like good things happen to really good people. So happy for him, and so proud that he's from Hattiesburg and showing people that. It doesn't really matter where you're from. It just matters what you're able to do.
There you go.
It's pretty cool, man. That was inspiring. I'm inspired. I'm motivated for sure. It's really cool. But yeah, Nashville, and that was pretty much it. I hate that we missed the Cyrus Mardi Gras parade in Hattiesburg.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of people had fun per the usual. It looks like a great crowd, and I hate I missed it, but Mardi Gras is everywhere.
Well, and there's a lot like. Me personally, we've been going pretty hard. Like, it was kind of nice to get out of town and just kind of reset and see some other landscapes and stuff. But yeah, I know Cyrus was big deal. It's big deal in Midtown. It's a big Midtown parade.
Huge.
Everyone knows it.
Everyone knows Midtown.
And I know they had music out at the Southern Bancorp Bank. I know that there's people lined up all along all those businesses in the district and over by like Crescent City and Ed's and stuff. So it looked like we missed out. We definitely missed out.
Yeah, a little FOMO there.
But it, that happens. But yeah, speaking of Midtown, right? Ed's, we got to be on the lookout.
Oh, yeah.
Burger of the month.
Burger of the month.
You ready for burger of the month?
Tell me what it's got. A type of cheese on there.
It's their Hattie's Burger. It's a double patty Swiss cheeseburger.
Swiss cheese
on twin toast, loaded with grilled onions, mushrooms, and gravy.
I can dig that. You know, mushrooms and Swiss.
Dude, that sounds insane.
The flavors don't miss. You know?
That sounds really good.
And what else? They got a Shamrock Shake coming.
Well, because
Are they allowed to say that? I mean, is it like
You can, yeah, you can.
Nobody owns the rights to Shamrock Shake?
Geez, I don't know. I don't think so.
St. Patty's Day themed shake.
Well, everyone knows that St. Patrick, to drive the many snakes that were in Ireland, everyone knows snakes are like huge in Ireland.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
Got to watch out for them snakes.
To get all the sneaky snakes out,
Ooh, sneaky snakes.
he had to get that Shamrock Shake.
Yeah.
And so what he would do is he would go to Ed's.
Yes.
And he'd fill up his cup, right, with Shamrock Shake, and he would shake it at the snakes.
Yeah.
And then he'd take a sip and he'd go, don't.
Shake it.
And he
Don't break it.
Yeah, yeah. He'd purse his lips while he was drinking it. Like, no. That's what he would do. And that's actually how St. Patrick got the snakes out of Ireland. Not a lot of people know that story.
Yeah, I was wondering.
A lot
Thank
of people
you for clarifying.
Well, and I don't want to say that I'm brave for talking about it.
No, you're very brave.
Yeah, but right, I am, because people don't want to talk about the real.
But you're not
reason.
Braveheart brave, because that was a totally different.
Scottish.
Exactly.
Yeah, different.
Exactly. We're not going to go there.
Oh, and don't get those twisted up again. Remember when that happened? Remember summer of 2008?
Oh.
When you were saying that and all that stuff?
Please
Remember
don't.
that?
Okay.
That was intense. So, man, never thought I'd be able to wear a kilt again. After
Yeah.
that. But luckily, everything worked out, and I hope people check out that Burger of the Month.
Yeah, because we're already in the month of March.
We're in it. Your birthday month.
Exactly.
You do anything for your birthday?
We're just going to celebrate all month long.
Yeah.
But we're also we're going to have a blood drive. I'm tagging teams with I'm tag teaming with the fine folks at T-Bone's Records and Cafe, Harry Crumpler, and the Peeps. Yeah, we're going to have a blood drive March 11th.
And Vitalent, right? They're the ones.
Yeah, Vitalent.
And so
they're bringing the Bloodmobile.
Once again, can't stress this enough. Don't put your blood in a Ziploc bag and mail it to T-Bones or throw it out of a moving vehicle when you're driving on Hardy Street.
Yeah, not the best idea.
Right. Vitalent, actually,
they'll do it the right way.
They have trained technicians.
Exactly.
That take your blood. How did they take your blood? With like spells or brain power?
They do it the right way with needles and tubes and
that sounds way safer.
And like alcoholic swabs and they want to make sure that you're good before they even stick you. So you're good.
And the swabs are alcoholics.
I don't know, but it's March 11th between 3 and 6 p.m. Vitalent's going to be on site with the Bloodmobile. There'll be some cool stuff going on. I'll be a part of that. T-Bones will be a part of it. It's always good to donate. People should know that we're like hitting a national blood shortage, and now's the time to give. Give a part of yourself.
Good on you, Jamie. Like, you're probably the only person I know who would say, "Hey, I'm going to take my birthday and turn it into a blood drive." Like, you make me feel incredibly selfish. Well, like, I never would have thought. How did you think of that? How did you come up with that?
Well, I've been donating blood for a while. I when I was in junior college, they had the Bloodmobile on site, and a teacher said something like, if anybody goes out there and gives blood, I'll give them 5 extra points on their test. And I was like, dude, I could use 5 extra points on my test. So I went and did it, and
I have all this extra blood. So.
Yeah, exactly. Look at me. I got plenty of blood to give, right? So anyway, I've just kind of kept in touch with those fine folks, and I sometimes visit their office on 28th Avenue there. And I like to give platelets sometimes on the weekends if I'm not working. If I have a little time, you just got to go donate. You can accumulate points and things like that. You could, use them to get free movie tickets if you want. So there is a little bit of a rewards program, but it's pretty nice just to be able to say you're giving blood. Yeah,
that's great. It makes you feel good, and you're saving lives, man. It's not an exaggeration, but well, that's great, man. That's and your birthday's March 12th. We want everybody to celebrate along with you.
Yeah, Venmo me $5 if you want.
Yeah, and that has nothing to do with charity.
That's just me asking for money now.
we got to get you another pair of those glasses.
Yeah.
That's why. But
Put it on my banana pudding fund.
yeah, bro. Well, and then you also man, you're a busy man. We had the Massive J giveaway.
Yes, we
And
did.
That was like a Valentine's Day special. And who won that?
Chastity Nicole Lowe won.
Yeah, she actually she submitted a video thanking us. Let's check it out right now. Here we go.
All right.
Hey, thank you so much, Hardy Street Boys, for my $100 gift card to Crescent City.
Is it blocked?
Can't wait to use
It's-
it.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Let's
was
watch
awesome.
it. Let's watch it again.
All right.
Hey, thank you so much, Hardy Street Boys,
just
for
very
my
thankful. That's
$100
good.
gift card
Yeah.
to Crescent
Just
City.
like that people are
Can't wait to use it.
participating.
Exactly.
That's really
Like,
good.
share, comment.
Yeah, make sure you share, and we'll have another one this month.
Exactly.
I think that's a really fun game too. I hope we need to do another Instagram live, like make a big deal out of our next announcement. It's just finding the time to do it. So we'll make sure we figure that out this month. And
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I'm so excited about today's episode, this week's episode, because Chad Cox, he's had 18 months. Last 18 months have been not the easiest for anyone, but especially Chad. Was hit by a hit and run while skateboarding with his dog. It's senseless, pointless, and you worry about somebody like that because his injuries were pretty severe.
Yeah.
So we're so happy that he's back.
He's back.
He's gigging. He looks good, looks strong, looks healthy.
Yeah.
Looks mean, bro.
Does he look mean?
I mean, he looks mean, but he's
He
nice.
better not look mean at me.
He doesn't look. You know what I mean? Like
If he gives me a mean look.
no, it's not like the mean look. It's like mean, like ready.
Okay.
Just ready to go.
If he gives me
He's
a
like
mean
one of the
look,
he's
I'm
one of the
gonna be
nice. He's one of the nicest people of all time. He's not mean at all. But and then we got Zach too. We got his drummer,
Yeah.
Zach Smith. Known him for a long time.
Zach Smith.
So excited to get them on. I think it's just time to get them on.
All right, let's bring them on. So after this,
Chad Cox and Zach Smith of Mississippi Shakedown. The Grin coffee beef is like kind of getting out of hand.
is it?
Dude, I like Grin. I never said I don't like Grin.
Well, I
I've
mean-
never said the word anti anything.
What did you say?
I've only ever said I was pro Grin. People are saying I'm not pro Grin, and that has nothing. I can't control what people say about me.
Well, I feel like I have to share something with the people as I have the real evidence here.
What?
Yeah, you know that video you shared of you and Tommy in the drive-thru at Grin? That was
Yeah.
doctored. I have the real video right here to show the people.
What? Okay, I have nothing to hide.
Roll the tape.
Okay, the slander has to stop. Am I pro Grin coffee?
No, Drew does not like Grin coffee.
Okay.
For sure, definitely.
See? Okay.
Yeah.
You need to leave now, sir.
Yes, this is serious. Okay, so that doesn't even sound like Tommy.
It sounds just like Tommy.
What? That's not. The original video says that, like, I'm supporting Grin Coffee
Yeah, I see that you go by there and you get a scone because you're Drew Gluten.
in these streets.
But yeah, you don't even have coffee in your hand in that video.
Yeah, that's unfortunate
That, and you probably paid Tommy to, say whatever you wanted him to say.
with my exorbitant teacher salary money.
Exactly.
Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, we're here with Chad Cox and Zach Smith of Mississippi Shakedown. How you guys doing today?
Good. Thanks for having us.
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
Dude, I'm so excited to have you guys here because Shakedown is a Hattiesburg institution, right?
God.
And it is back.
Yeah.
Okay, it's back,
Yeah.
and people need to recognize.
Yeah.
Okay, but talk to me a little bit about what you're back from and how your last year has been, Chad.
Oh gosh. Well, it's been almost a year since I was kind of fighting for my life after getting run over by a car. My dog and I were skating, just kind of involved in a real bad hit and run, and
Right.
I was pretty broken up, and for a little while there, we weren't quite sure if I was going to survive. So
Really?
yeah, it was pretty scary, but yeah, like you said, we're back, almost 100%, and thanks to my doctors and the community and guys just so many people out there, but it's been a wild ride for sure.
Well, it's one of those things where we know what's up, but like the positive thing was that people really rallied around you, because I think not just because of the community, but the kind of person you are. You're a good guy. People recognize that. And like, is that what did you feel the love from the musical community in Hattiesburg?
100%. I always kind of felt like I didn't know kind of where my place in town, but everybody sort of allowed me in their groups, and kind of come and go. But really after that, and seeing the outpour and benefits, and literally everybody I knew pitching in, folks I didn't know, just like, wow, it really feels like family here, and just really something special about this community. And I always knew it was there, just really saw it up close, you know.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So tell me about Shakedown right now in its current form, right? You've gone through, like, I actually played with you for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
It was about like a month.
We did about 4 or 5 shows, I think.
Calm down, Zach. It's not. Don't freak
You're
out.
good.
No.
Actually,
We even did a New Orleans run,
Yeah,
Jackson.
We did.
Yeah, I watched those videos, actually.
Yeah, there are some videos out there.
There are. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I need to get the link to that. I'll put it in the
Yeah.
description.
Maybe
That's
our old buddy Frank from Jackson, I think, used to come out and film all the
That's
time.
right.
And Howlin' Miles.
That's right. So what's unique about Shakedown right now? Like, if somebody goes and sees you right now, you and Zach, what's your setup like, and what's your set list like? What's the experience like?
Yeah, I guess goal, same as always. Started this really just try to get people to move, get folks to dance, and have a good time. And there was just something about the hill country groove that I've always been into. It was what inspired me to get into music and play, and it's just hard not to, like, I think it was Kenny Kimbrough saying that once it gets on you just can't shake it off, and that's kind of been my story. And then with the accident happening, somehow found my way to the sacred steel, like, gospel traditions, and being heavily influenced by their sound, and finding steel guitars and getting into all of that, and mixing it with kind of the groove we already had going, and it's one of those blessings in disguise that I didn't, after we realized, I was going to be okay and I was starting to recover, that I started thinking, what is this life about? Why am I here? What do I need to be doing? And it hit me, I just need to have fun. And build my relationships, and just, really just have a ball from here on out. And my wife and I sat down and decided to quit my job and really go back out and try to do this full time again, and make a career out of it till they drag me off of that stage, not breathing one day, hopefully as an old man,
Right.
But long story short, that's kind of the gist of what we got going on.
So the pivot is like you used to play just like regular electric guitar, but now you're playing steel guitar.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of blues tunings and stuff like that, influenced by people like R.O. Burnside and North Mississippi All-Stars, that whole scene, as well as not necessarily open tunings, but more of the Junior Kimbrough groove, which he kind of calls... They're called like cotton patch soul music. I don't think he liked being called hill country blues. And then really honing in, I feel like I've pretty much learned, the entire hill country catalog.
Right. Okay.
Just been obsessed with that sound. And then getting into, kind of by accident, a pedal steel just kind of landed in my lap.
Yeah.
And started to play it some of the more traditional ways, like the country western guys, and then just stumbled upon the sacred steel players, which were out of the Pentecostal church from the House of God, I think Keith Dominion, a lot of towns on the East Coast. Yeah. But it's where, like, Robert Randolph came from.
Oh, I love Robert Randolph.
And Chuck Campbell, the Campbell Brothers, God, there's just a whole gang of guys that are just as good as Robert. These are his mentors. And I had no idea that this is like a whole scene. It's sort of like this secret tradition they've got going on, So I've just been obsessing over that these last months, and their sound, and just kind of mimicking that in some of our style of playing, you know, and hoping to become more of a part of, that scene or that style, what have you.
Right. Well, what's the Zach? What's the biggest difference playing with somebody who's like? Is there a difference playing with somebody who's playing on steel guitar versus I don't know, more traditional instrument, or not traditional, but more commonplace instruments, throughout your career? Is there an adjustment you have to make, or is it just kind of business as usual?
Well, for me, the biggest difference, I guess, would be auditory difference, just the sound quality that the instrument has. For me, it's just real thick. I don't know. I always equated steel guitar with old twangy type stuff. You know what I mean? This isn't like that at all. What comes out of Chad, and I can't say enough nice things about Chad and his character. Everybody's super glad that he's coming around. I remember when Candace called me, I thought she was messing with me. It was quite shocking. But with the sound that he started getting out of the steel, it just sort of put me in a spin and a new thought process where I started trying to think, what can I do to get outside of my box with the sounds I've been creating in the past. So I used to obsess about how to tune my drums and which heads I have and stuff now. And now I'm searching for weird objects that I can take to it, just to create something a little new, and also sort of match that thick sound that I hear. So that's been the adjustment that I made musically. Yeah. But it's been really fun playing with Chad.
Yeah.
But you're right. There's just something about when we plug that thing in, the way those steel guitars just react.
Yeah.
And it's got to be, it seems like just the most versatile guitars out there. You can pull off any style if you really just sit down with it.
When we first
kind of figure out the ins and outs.
Got together with it, I just remember it feeling totally different. I mean, when we were playing the same songs in rehearsal, but it just felt different. The energy was different. The movement,
the notes
were
different. Cleaner. Everything.
I don't know. I dig it.
What song you think benefits the most from the instrument change in your current catalog?
Gosh. For me, it's, I guess, been that old one we always did was kind of our theme song that we just called it, Mississippi Shakedown. So it really, I think, took that song to a whole different level with all the high notes and everything in there. It's not just this blues groove anymore. It has different layers.
Sorry, I don't know if it's necessarily any song for me. It's more what happens in the midst of the tunes we've been playing that's creating more unique things than have come out in the past that sort of take the tunes down a different road. Right. And so we end up ending in different places that we've never done before and stuff like that.
Going into improvs that would have never happened, the way we were jamming before. In a more traditional, style.
Well, in ways you're kind of rewriting what you've already created, and that's what's cool about. Well, that's what's cool about all live music is that you never see the same show twice, but you do have a familiarity. I know the songs, I know I'm comfortable with it. I know you guys, but you are creating a new sound. What was the biggest gear wise? What was made the most significant change you made, Zach, to complement the steel?
Well, so because mine and Chad's goals have been aligned with making sure we're having fun, everybody's getting down and getting busy and having a great time, it made me want to get up and dance while I was playing sitting down. So that started to lead me to think about what if I converted my drum set to be able to play standing up. So I swapped that around, and I didn't necessarily get any new gear, but what I ended up doing was taking things apart and screwing them into my bass drum, and
He
I
went
don't
Frankenstein on
I
his
don't
kit.
build
pretty
too
rad.
many things. So like if you go pick up the bass drum to move it, there's like screws like out, like you gotta like watch out or you're gonna like stab yourself.
Yeah.
It's not a
Booby
safe
trap.
That's just to
thing.
keep other
Yeah.
drummers from touching it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
had a feeling you didn't want me to touch it.
Yeah, but like in the process of converting it, you know, I think I lost some screws to tighten the head. So there's like 4 lugs holding on my snare drum head and maybe like 3 on my tom, and I love it.
Yeah.
It sounds awesome.
It's funny
So
how-
those are like odd changes. Like I would
Total
never
accident.
have thought that
Yeah.
I would do something like that.
Right.
You know, and really it came out of like necessity. So we're like at a show, I'm putting my heads on. I'm like, I don't have any lugs. Guess this one's only getting 2.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is about to sound like. And I hit it, and I'm like, I'm going to keep it.
I'm digging it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's just kind of how it happens.
You
Should
never
have done
know.
it sooner, man. That's
Yeah.
wild. That's
Yeah.
wild. Well, so I know y'all are all about fun. You're all about, you know, wanting people to shake and get down. Chad, how do you balance it being fun for the audience and it being your career and your job and your life's mission? Like, because that can feel, that's a heavy burden. It's something like you want to do and you want to work at, but how do you keep it fresh and how do you maintain the drive in the career and keep it fun for the audience?
Right. I guess one of the main things is like what you touched on earlier is keeping a certain integrity in the live shows and not over rehearsing things and keeping there's, you know, lots of moments of improvisation up there in places that we take the songs that we could have never planned, that, you know, sometimes you jump off that cliff and it doesn't go so well. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, like why? I wish we would have recorded that. You know, there's no way to ever get that moment back. But that's the special part about those people that decided to come out that night and pay the $5 to see you or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I think that as well as with the career thing, it's really more of just I finally realized there's just nothing else I could see myself doing. You know, I've worked a lot of construction jobs and things like that, but it just doesn't fulfill me the way playing music is, and playing, you know, whether it's bars or bigger venues or festivals or whatever, you know, however this whole business will have me, you know, I'm willing to just go for it in that sense. But, you know, I'm sure there'll come a time where we'll hit a peak and we'll be playing for lots of folks and then things will drop back down. But I think I could be just as happy playing small bar gigs as an old man, you know, as long as bills are paid, wife's happy and all that, you know.
Right.
It's just something about playing music for people that gets me to a place that just never been, you know, with anything else, I guess.
Like, was music coming back from your injury, was that helpful? Could you play, like, did you ever play to, like, because the reason I ask is because it's clearly very important to you emotionally, right? Like, is that something that helped you kind of get through? Because I know, like, for me, if I'm ever down, like, playing drums is, like, a great
always
tonic,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So is it something that, like, helped you through those times and continues to do so?
I think, yes. I think I had to kind of like apologize to my music, and I felt, you know, I had sort of gotten complacent, I think, and that came, I think, from a place of wanting to have a bit of normalcy. So my wife and I decided to buy a home. You know, I got off the road. I'd been doing it about 5 years, and got the normal job, the mortgage, all that, you know, and all of that was so cool, and being home all the time with her and everything. But I think she just knew that I wasn't fulfilled, you know, and I had lost like my spirit, and we realized it was connected through my music and creating, and just even if it's just jamming with Zach or playing local shows or whatever, you know, I had kind of accepted that was going to be my fate here on out.
Yeah.
And maybe mentor some young kids to go do some cool stuff, you know, and you kind of helped me get started wanting to work with kids from doing some of your drum camps and stuff several years back.
That's
you know?
right. That's right. You did play some of those camps. Well, that's
Right.
cool. I didn't realize that.
And so I think after the accident, it became more of like I just never had been more hungry and had more drive and God, maybe even just the past 2 weeks, I think I wrote like 6 songs. you
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
all new stuff.
That brings me to my next question. It's like, well, first of all, you look more like yourself, man, and
Thank
you can
brother.
tell.
I feel
And
great, man.
The music is, isn't it crazy how that works though? Like,
I'm back,
the
baby.
the music, the art, man. Like, it's just you can tell it's in you. It's
Thank you,
it's a
brother.
spirit, man. But like, yeah. So y'all working on new tunes, or we like how far out would we be from having enough material for an album?
Oh, we're there. We've decided actually just recently we want to go ahead and buy some studio time and reaching out to a couple of friends. We haven't decided. We may go down to Mobile, may go down to New Orleans, and but we've got the cash now to invest in it and put a proper album out. So I think it's gonna be real soon. We'll
That's awesome.
at least have some teasers out. I think,
Yes.
so.
Yep.
Yes. That's so cool. What's
I've
it like?
been-
What's it like recording versus live music? A live performance, Zach.
Recording,
We couldn't be greener when it comes to recording. To be
I'm saying
honest.
like the only recording I'm doing is like myself, just like setting my camera up, and I have started messing around, just recording some of my beats and like trying to roll it through like GarageBand or there's so many different apps.
Zach's got
that
some
you can
mixtapes
do.
coming out. Don't
I
let him
do
lie to
have
you.
some songs that I would love to show you guys.
I bet you do.
Yes, I do.
What's your
yeah.
SoundCloud name?
I don't have one yet, and Stephen Way Scott is really mad at me about that. Actually,
You need to have one.
So, like, I work on these really funny songs, and when I mean funny, I mean funny to me, so not always to others, but, songs about folding
so
underwear
random.
and tube socks the right way.
Yeah,
Yep.
that matters.
Also wrote a song about Sloppy Joe Pizza, so the important things in life.
Yeah, the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
The hard hitters.
So in terms of recording, just making entertainment for my own personal enjoyment is kind of what I've been doing recently, but
I don't think I haven't seen you happier since you started.
you're right.
Mixing.
Yeah, I mean, I reached out to some of my mentors, a couple years back, because even though at the time I was playing with Chad, we weren't doing what either me or Chad wanted to really be doing in like our depths,
Life
just
kept
like
getting in the way.
working
Yeah.
jobs
Yeah.
or whatever, which is great because those things have to be done, and
Yeah.
it's not to say like we're above doing that or anything like that, but you just kind of feel something like inside of you that you have more to give others, and you just want to like share the universe with others, or at least your version of it, and just spread the joy.
You can make a bigger difference through that avenue.
Yeah, it just feels right.
Yeah, and like I think even with Chad and the work that I've seen him do from the point in time where we started to now, has been really impressive to see him turn up the knob when he was in a place physically, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually of pure chaos. Like this guy grabbed it and he did it, like I'm sitting on the couch eating like donuts and Chad's like sending me. Actually, he's posting his on his story. He's like doing sit-ups and stuff like that, and I'm just like,
Oh, so broken.
wow, But that's just a testament to Chad's character for sure, and he pushes me to be better too. Like we have a really brotherly friendship, and I think that because our intentions are to like give and share and not necessarily get from what we're trying to create, that we can just enjoy ourselves and not necessarily worry about the outcome as much, and just be patient with ourselves and others. And then when we're in that flow, when we're vibing that way, that's kind of how the music rolls. So
Everything just seems right, yeah.
yeah, for
We
sure.
kind of feel like big wave surfers, We're just
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things too, like when you go through difficult times, a lot of people pivoted during COVID, and, we're no exception either. We're kind of doing things I never thought we'd be doing. It's kind of cool because it's almost like if you could figure out that this is what you want to do in such a time of chaos, it's almost like you have this silver bullet, like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I figured it out
Right.
when I shouldn't have,
Mm-hmm.
or when like if this wasn't truth for me, then I would have been out a long time ago.
Right.
Things are not so complex.
Right,
You
it's-
know, life in general is actually very simple.
Well, when it has to work too,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I love the whole that's Schwarzenegger posting stuff about like plan A versus plan B. Don't worry about your plan B,
Right.
Because that's taken away from your plan A.
For sure.
Make plan A work.
Yeah.
You know,
you got to
And-
ride the wave.
and you got a community around you too that supports you, and they'll be there to catch you if you fall. What you got, Jamie?
Yeah, y'all know I'm a big fan of improvisation. I love improv, and also I love collaborations. I love to collaborate with people. I was going to ask her who were some artists that y'all have collaborated with that you can remember in more recent times, and then I'm going to also pivot into when y'all got some shows coming up. So yeah.
Yeah.
I guess our latest collaboration was with the local legend himself, Mr. Mark Mann. We were able to back him up with Burns and Jane and Mr. Sam Adcock to form a band for him to do a few shows, and we did Live at 5 as well. And I couldn't have been more impressed with like his songwriting, and just helped us get really close with him, and kind of he's kind of our spiritual guide, if you will.
Tatanka.
Exactly.
Bro, because if you
Man.
if the arms breathe, like you can think more clearly.
Yeah,
That's science.
He's
dude.
the
town
only
owes him a
person that I have a special handshake with. Mark Mann, literally the only person in the
I'm a little
world I have
jealous of
a
that.
special handshake with.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time we see each other, it's game on.
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it.
Oh, he's another great
Yeah.
energy, like great guy.
Agreed.
For real.
And second part of your question, couple of gigs coming up this Sunday will be at Keg and Barrel, thanks to the Puckets, who I think are now booking most of their stuff on Sundays.
Shout
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
And then right after that, we will be at their festival, the Homegrown Revival, which is about as cool as it gets, and I think was one of those things that kind of birthed out of the pandemic, you know,
Yeah.
them trying to help keep the just the music scene around here alive, and
Yeah.
something for us to do.
That's another pivot. Well, man, we love seeing y'all perform so much. We want to try something. We want to have you perform here in front of a live audience for the Hardy Street Boys exclusive. It's never happened.
Breaking new ground.
We're breaking new ground, and what better way to do it than with Mississippi Shakedown? Are y'all down for that?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
down. Let's do it.
All right, so after this, Mississippi Shakedown live in studio.
Say it ain't safe no more in the avenues, yeah. 'Cause when I hang my head, wanna sing my blues. Don't you come stepping cross that line, no. Told you once now, babe. Always, always keep the thing on me. Keep the thing on me. Oh yeah, baby. I'll keep a thing on that baby. Oh yeah. What you see, I know, I can't trust. Work out what you need, I see. You got all the loss. Don't you ever come back around this way. Told you once now, baby. Always, always keep the thing on me. Oh, yeah, baby. Now keep the thing on me, yeah. Oh, baby. What is she, boys? Keep the thing coming. I'll keep the thing coming. I'll keep the thing coming. I'll keep the thing coming. No more. Gather news, yeah. It's where I hang my head. I wanna sing my blues. Don't you come stepping across. Was that a line? No. Told you once now, baby. Always, always keep a thing on me. Keep the thing on me. Keep the thing on me. Keep the thing on me. Oh yeah. Keep the thing on me. You know you got it, babe. All the street boys, they keep the thing on me. Oh yeah. Baby, yeah. Keep the thing on me. Keep the thing on me. I keep the thing on me.
We want to thank Mississippi Shakedown for coming, playing it for our first live studio audience. We're going to have to do this again. Make sure you follow them on all social media platforms. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. You know the deal. We love you. Have a great day. Take it away, boys.
All the street boys, all the street boys, like to shake it down. Oh yeah, all the street boys like to shake it down. All the street boys gonna shake it down. All the street boys gonna shake it down. Oh yeah, we're gonna shake it down. Oh yeah, gonna shake it down. Oh yeah, Massive J in the house, y'all. Wooton in the house, y'all. Shakedown in the house, y'all. Didn't know we was back, baby. They didn't know we was back, baby. I keep the thing on me. I keep the thing on me. I keep the thing on me. I keep the thing on me.